Welcome to the season of self-love, your daily dose of inspiration and encouragement. I'm your host, Nyomi, and I am thrilled to be here with you today. This podcast is brought to you by Ask Nyomi and Elevate Me Self-Discovery. Are you ready to elevate your mindset and embrace the power of self-love? Well, you've come to the right place. Each day we'll dive into topics that will empower and inspire you on your journey towards self-discovery and personal growth. Whether you're looking to cultivate healthy relationships, boost your confidence, or find balance in your life, this podcast is here to support your every step on the way. We believe that self-love is the foundation of living a fulfilled and joyful life. And together we explore practical tips, insightful interviews, and transformative stories that will leave you feeling inspired and motivated. So join me Monday through Friday as we embark on this daily adventure of self-love. Tune into the Season of Self-Love podcast to start your day on a positive note and discover the limitless potential within yourself. All right. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Today is Wednesday, May 22nd, 2024. And hey, my beautiful people. And welcome to another episode of the Season of Self-Love podcast. I'm your host, Nyomi, and today we are diving deep into the power of intention. That is our word for today. You remember the month of May. We're focusing on using our words impeccably. And what better way to explore this is by discussing how setting clear intentions can transform our lives. And joining us today, our resident therapist, Dr. Will. Hey, you back?
Yes, I'm feeling critical and caring right now.
I like that, critical and caring. So are you ready for this topic? We had a great topic yesterday. You ready for this one?
Yeah, I am. I think that this topic is something we talk about intentions so much.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm excited about being impeccable with it because I think that is what we have not been.
Yes. Woo-hoo. All right, my beautiful. But y'all know we need to take a quick break. And then when we come back, we're going to talk about this impeccable word, intentions, and how can we use it impeccably, right, Dr. Will?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
All right, it's your girl, Goddess Nyomi Banks here on the Season of Self-Love podcast. And we'll be right back. What are some common barriers that prevent people from expressing? Hey, it's your girl, Goddess Nyomi Banks here from the Season of Self-Love podcast.
Yeah, I would say remorse. So shame and guilt is a very dividing emotional.
And these are one of the many amazing conversations that we have every day, Monday through Friday, right here on the Season of Self-Love podcast with myself, Nyomi Banks, as well as our resident therapist, Dr. Will Washington of Washington Wellness Institute. Come by.
The reality of our relationships with people.
Come by.
And a lot of times we're afraid of how people look at us. And so that compassion can't enter.
You can hit us on our website, the Season of Self-Love podcast.com.
Washington Wellness Institute focuses on healing always. For me, if I look good, then I feel good. If I feel good, then I share the good. If I share the good, then I celebrate the good. If I celebrate the good, then I live the good. So I can be paid to be my greatest. But I have to learn the good to be the good.
So, what does it take to be the greatest? It's as simple as a free 15-minute consultation. Be kind to yourself and heal always.
All right, well, welcome back. It's your girl, Goddess Nyomi Banks here on the Season of Self-Love podcast. And I'm here with Dr. Will. How's it going?
I'm feeling full and fearful of what's about to happen.
Don't do that. And then my laugh is like
the monotonous laughter, yes.
Right, that wasn't nice. That was not nice. You guys, the month of May is all about using our words impeccably. But today, the word is intention. And how can we use that word impeccably, right? So let's do this. Y'all know how we do it. We kick off with a quick guided meditation to help kind of clear our mind and set the stage on how, we're going to be enriching for today, all right? So take a moment. Mm-hmm. comfortable position. Now take a nice deep breath in, filling your lungs with fresh air. And exhale slowly, releasing any tension in your body. Now bring your awareness to your heart center. Feel the energy and warmth radiating from this area, connecting you to your deepest desires and your intentions. Now I want you to picture a bright light glowing within your heart. It's representing your purest intentions. Now with each breath, I want you to feel this light expanding, illuminating your entire being with positivity and purpose. Now I want you to visualize yourself moving forward with clarity and determination, guided by your intentions. I want you to see yourself taking steps towards your goals with confidence and focus. As you continue to breathe deeply, I want you to repeat the following affirmations silently or out loud, all right? I am aligned with my truest intentions. Repeat after me. I move through life with purpose and grace. Repeat after me. My intentions manifest with ease and clarity. I want you to feel the power of your intentions growing stronger within you. I want you to embrace this moment of stillness and connection as you set the tone for your day ahead. Now I want you to take one final deep breath in. And as you exhale, I want you to gently open your eyes. And I want you to carry this energy of your intentions with you throughout the day. May your intentions guide you towards a place of fulfillment and joy. All right. All right, my beautiful people. I thank you for sharing this moment with us right now. And if you're new here to the Season of Self-Love, it's something that we do every day, Monday through Friday, to where we ground ourselves and we center and we set to get ready for our topic in hand. And today is all about intentions and how we can use it impeccably. All right. How you doing over there, Dr. Will?
I'm feeling so centered and like charming right now. Centered and charming.
I like
Yes.
that. I like that. Well, in this first segment, we're going to talk about understanding the essence of intention. I love that word essence and understanding what it truly means. And intention is more than just a wish. It's a guiding light. It's the core. It's that core.
Yeah.
That essence of the word intention, and it embodies us. It embodies us in purpose, direction, and our conscious choice. So intention is a quality of being deliberate, thoughtful of one's actions and decisions and goals. And it reflects in what we do. It reflects in our commitment to pursuing. Yeah. Desire, our clarity, our focus. But for you, Dr. Will, can you shed some light on why clarity and purpose are so crucial when setting intentions?
Yes. I would love people to visualize intentions as wind, right? We have all these different sailboats on water and it floats, but until you get wind, you don't really understand how to navigate where you're going, right? I already know I'm going from point A to point B, but depending on how the wind adjusts and changes, how you get there is going to be very different. And so I always find that we always have plans about what we want, what we need, what we think, what we desire, what we think we deserve. And we always have this yearning for something or for even internal desire.
Mm-hmm.
And yet we find ourselves kind of misplacing intention because we don't know how to set them, right? To set the intention, it's very hard because, I can't tell the wind what to do. But what I can do is help navigate myself and adjust to what the wind is telling me. And a lot of times when you set an intention, you are often set upon a journey.
Mm-hmm.
And that journey is guided by other intentions.
Mm-hmm.
And so intentions are the only thing that are usually guided by themselves, which is so unique than purpose. Purpose is usually guided by, human awareness
Mm-hmm.
or self-definition or identity. But intentions are things that are manifested in so many other ways. And so, there are multiple ways to set intentions. And I think when we start breaking it down, which I know we will today, I'm thinking about just being impeccable with intentions and understanding how those actually form.
Mm-hmm.
So I hope that explanation really set up the versatility of intentions and also the nature of an intention.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So let's do this. I'm glad you said that. So let's go about crafting what meaningful intentions are. So that's kind of like, what is it? What are we doing? How would you say, like the wind? We can't, you need the wind to kind of push it. That's what I was getting out of what you were saying.
Mhm.
So with us, the crafting the intentions that resonate with us personally, Dr. Will, what tips can you offer for listeners to formulate their intentions that are both clear and purposeful?
Yes. And first I'll say that when I said about the wind, it's about how once you set it, it flourishes.
Mm-hmm.
And so intentions start from within.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of us are reaching out for intentions, but it actually starts from within,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And then once you set that intention, it's going to flourish into the universe. It's going to touch people, places, and things. And those things are going to move and adjust. And life is going to change to navigate this path for you.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be honorable to your intention, or you can fall off that path. And so I think one of the first tips is understanding that intentions come from within. They come from within. And I think that's the first step into something.
Mm-hmm. With intentions, that's something we talk about a lot here. And you're right, it's more coming from within. It's the inner of what you want. When you had said about the wind, I understand it. When I ain't gonna
Mhm.
lie, I was scratching my head at first when you said the wind. I was, but then I kind of understand what you mean in that now. So it's like once you said it and you put it out there, now you just have to allow the wind or life to just allow it to happen and blossom and to move forward.
Mhm.
A lot of times, and I can see that a lot of times when we do set those intentions, we sometimes just sit with it and look at it and stare at it, hoping that it will
Mhm.
grow. You know what I'm saying? Like just stay
Yeah.
in it. But then sometimes I believe that when doing that, we kind of I want to say put a shadow on it, not allowing the sun to shine on it. Does that make sense? So it's like we
Mhm.
hovering over it. So how can we not do that? Like where, and I don't want to say the confidence because that's what it is. Even though we set intentions, and I'm just being real when I say this, even though we set the intentions from within,
Mhm.
but even with setting that intentions from within, well, I am about to say that there is a lack. Sometimes there's a lack of belief that comes with it.
Mm.
It's,
Mhm. Yeah.
so it's like, how can a person come out of that or understand, you know what I mean? Because I understand, like, I'm just being real. I understand the purpose. I understand my purpose. I understand all of that. And even when setting my it comes from within here. Even before why the beginning of this show started, I understand where I'm at. I understand why I'm here. I enjoy why I'm here in this moment. And this gonna go back to yesterday about transformation.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So in that process, when you going through and you setting those intentions, there is transformative things that are happening that, to be honest, sometimes you be like, hold on, like I want to hold on to a little bit of this, but you can't, because it's not allowing you to set your intentions the way that's needed to be for who this new you or this involved you is now.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that I'm not confusing nobody out there, but I'm only
that's very clear. That's very clear. I mean, what you're saying is that intentions are an activator of alignment.
Yeah.
Intentions are activators of alignment.
Yeah.
And to have alignment, it honors the transformation that is occurring. So that's very clear with what you're saying. And I think when we start acknowledging that intentions are activators, you're activating an alignment.
Yeah.
And if you're not ready to be in alignment, it's going to have a bounce back.
Yeah.
There's going to be a reaction, because you don't call upon an intention unless you're willing to set it free.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, like I think if we're really talking about being impeccable with intentions, we have to understand that this word is being overused and misused often, because a lot of times we set intentions that are outside of us, and then we expect them to activate some type of alignment when it never even started from us.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's very important. I've been in yoga situations where we talk about intentions and setting intentions, and a lot of times people are distracted, right? Or they use the word, but they don't hold accountability in that.
Yeah.
And so I have to make sure that I'm making sure that my intentions are very personal, or I choose one phrase that I know has stuck with my heart, and then I focus on only that phrase for the entire time. So I want to make sure I'm manifesting that correctly.
Yeah.
Because the reaction of making an intention from ego can be really damaging.
I like that. And why I say I like that is because I work very hard not to come from, and I don't want to say ego, but I want to say approving worth. Does that make sense?
Ooh,
yeah.
That's a phrase. That's a real word phrase, right? See, say it again.
Approving worth.
Yeah, that's spicy.
Yes. Yes. And so even when I say this right here be making me making it. it be making me making it. It really do. And when I sit and I think about, okay, what we gonna do for this month? Okay, what we gonna do for that month? It'd be like, girl, you know what you need.
Why are you doing this to us? Why are you doing this to us? You know what you're supposed to do here.
Right, you know what you need. You know what you need. And so when going through doing the research for everything and just going through and when I say research, I'm not just talking about looking through a book or, doing Google online. It's even research from within. I have to look in from within of experiences that I've been in life that are aligned to what we're talking about now. That's how I can sit here and say, Okay, hold on. So I'm about to tell y'all something with this attention setting thing. Sometimes it can be to where
Mm-hmm.
you be like, wait, whoa, where is this like coming from? Is this truly, here we go, and this is where the authenticity come in.
Mm-hmm.
This is where all of this come in, and it breaks everything down. And there's gonna be something else that's coming later this week. We're gonna be talking about reflection. So it's
Ooh,
like, is it truly you, or is it a reflection off of something else that you've seen from your parents, from your loved ones? You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? So it's like
Yes.
all intertwined when we talk about these different words, when we talk about intentions, even when we talked about the words transformation, even in the words encouragement. It's just like the words that we use with each other. Are we using
Mm-hmm.
these words truly impeccably because of us, or from experiences that we had with other
Right.
people? You know?
Yeah. And I'm so glad you said that because I realized even me recently, like intention and lack of attention causes some of the worst forms of self-worth, right? If you don't have the right attention, you will look over your intentions. You will underestimate your intentions. You will abuse or manipulate your intentions to be self-worthy, self-working, right? Like,
Mhm,
and I don't want to pander to
mhm,
proving my worth, right? Pandering to your own worth is so self-fulfilling. So and it's not truly a part of self-love,
mhm,
right? There's a level of faith and trust that goes with intention.
mhm.
And I think a lot of times our attention will define the worth of that addressing. It really does. It
Yeah,
really does.
yeah. It's so let me I'm gonna be honest. That's one thing that I have battled with. And let me tell you why I
Mm-hmm.
battle with. Um, I don't promote like I'm supposed to. I don't.
Mm,
And there's several reasons why I don't promote, which is fucked up. Excuse my language, but which is fucked up. But this is something that I'm working on.
mm-hmm.
That, do they really want to hear this from you? Then I have to take it. Ain't about
Mm,
you. Understand what I'm saying? This ain't about you, because those who will listen will listen. Those
right.
who will watch. Then, and I'm just telling you what these are things that I battle with, and that
Mm-hmm.
I'm, that I'm steady working on. And that's why you see, like, for a good month, you'll see me posting 3 or 4 times a day on, with Ask
Mm-hmm.
Naomi, Season of Self Love, pushing different things that's coming that I know that people need, that I know what
Right.
people need. But then I shut down and I'm like, okay, am I doing too much? Am I pandering out there to, so people can see me in a different light? What are you doing? And then I have to check myself.
Mm,
No, you really don't give a damn what they saying. Now you allowing the old version of you to come in here when you on a roll. Go tell her to go sit down.
exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Go
Yeah.
tell her to sit down. So what triggered that? So now this is where I'm at. Okay, what triggered that? And I'm telling y'all listeners, this will happen when you on a good ass roll and you rolling and you like, yes, then it's gonna be something that come in and be like, whoa, where the hell that come from?
Mm. And I hate to say it like this, because of what recently happened. We were just talking before we started recording, and I was like, my heart started getting hurt, and I'm getting mad, and I'm trying to like neutralize it. I'm trying to, you know, and I realized that it's not that I was just mad. I realized that I was trying to be intentional about my life. You reminded me of a part of me that I left. I no longer subscribe to that lifestyle. I no longer subscribe to that behavior. I no longer subscribe to pandering to that, because I realized that I was standing in your fire and I was enabling whatever you needed.
Mm-hmm,
I am a recovering rescuer. And
mm-hmm,
so I am no longer willing to stand in your fire anymore. And so my first reaction was actually to give a call and just be like, what's going on? Because I know this is not about me. And I feel bad
because I'm actually angry at myself for being that person that was. I'm not even mad at you. I'm mad at myself because I was like, how did I let this happen? And so I had to set an intention when we were doing the meditation, which I very much appreciate. I appreciated the meditation because it made me recognize that I was angry that I had to be somebody that I didn't like.
Mm.
But that's who I needed to be during that time because that's all I felt like I could do.
Mm.
And so I had to forgive myself. I had to embrace my grace, like you talked about.
Yes.
And accept that whatever I bring up, it's not because I continue to be someone I don't appreciate. It's because I brought up because of someone I am becoming to love.
Yes.
And so
Yes.
I'm very intentional about how I will respond and speak to you. There's no malice. There's no anger. There's no downing you. I realize where you're at and I'm still there. And I still care about you. But I have to hold myself with discipline because I believe in my reward.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so that was hard because, like they said, if you want an easy life, do the hard things now.
Yeah.
If you want a hard life, enjoy the things you got.
Yeah. As you were talking, all I thought about is transformation. We're gonna go back on yesterday's show about transformation.
He's still there. Look, part two. Yes.
Right, you can't have one without the other. It's just, and this is just how this show just ended like that. Just flowed like that. Even a conversation that we had before we push, record on this, and it's like, wow. But even in the process, it's just like, okay, wait a minute. We about to be real here. And it's not just your thing because trust and believe it's probably 99% of the people that's out there that's going through the same thing. And even though we had an amazing show yesterday talking about transformation on our life, it still goes with our intentions as well, because that allowed our intentions to be as genuine as it could be. Does that make sense?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
It does make so much sense. You said it so well. And I hope your listeners really hear how you're phrasing it.
Yeah.
Right? It's like you are continuing to transform. And there are so many works that are happening in that moment. And your intentions are the alignment.
Yeah.
That is the alignment. That is the litmus test.
Yeah.
Right? That's gonna let you know if this is good, bad, or ugly. That's what it is. Your intentions are gonna work for you. Intentions work for you, not against you.
Yeah.
Truly, and so I'm curious. I'm curious how you see the difference between a prayer and an intention. How do you see the difference? Very curious.
With me, I pray with intentions.
Okay. Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
I love that. That's good. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. When I say that word, the 4 agreements, truly helped change my life, it has. Understanding that words are truly powerful. Understanding that at one point in time, I was on a receiving end of words that were just so breaking your spirit, breaking my spirit. And I knew I never wanted anybody to feel that way. And so I will speak into people. But can I be honest? It took me a minute to get there. Because back in the day, you would have kept me back in the day, I would have ripped your ears to pieces with my mouth, with my words. You understand what I'm saying? But that came from hurt. You know what I'm saying? That's what that came from. And I had to learn that, no, I don't want nobody to feel that way. I don't want them to feel the way that I was feeling. And even though a lot of it came from hurt, but I still love that person. But I had to go back and say, I'm truly, because I didn't even mean none of that. But that's how I felt in that moment, because I was trying to hurt you before you hurt me, and that's the wrong thing to do. But that's the things that I was taught. So now I say the past 30 years of my life, All I do is talk into people. Talk into people. I can just meet you and you sitting there having a conversation, and I will look at you and just spit words because I feel you, and I'm able to just, speak, because I don't ever want anybody to feel the way that I felt when I was talked down. You know what I'm saying? Because
Right.
those words, those words hurt. And not only do they hurt, they hold weight and bruises.
Yeah.
Those on you. That's why negative words like abandonment. That's a positive for me because that helped build my character or who I am. You know what I'm saying? That helped me know who I can depend on. That made me love me even more. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think, and I hate to say it, but a lot of people fear their own pain,
Mm-hmm.
right? They fear their own pain. And I always find that the stronger the pain, the stronger the gift when you get through it.
Mm-hmm.
I do. And I noticed that through people's pain, they find the true gift
Yeah.
of what they were actually carrying.
Yeah.
And so when you set your intentions, you can also set your intentions to free you from things. You can set your intentions to accept things.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to accept intentions to go get things for you. You can
Mm-hmm.
also remove yourself and allow those intentions to actually remove your own internal change that you have.
Mm-hmm.
And you have your words have the power to
Yes.
release you.
Mm-hmm.
And you think about how many people don't know how to speak positively into themselves. Your body can react to negative words.
Man, you ever met a person that, and I just be wanting to hug them. It'd be like I just want to hug them. That every time you have something positive to say, they will find a negative within themselves about themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And like, oh my God, you know? And
Mm-hmm.
I remember doing that. I remember a moment in my time I used to do that. And it was very hard
Yeah.
for me to accept a compliment because I was like, hey, what you giving me that for? Like what do you got up your sleeve?
No, what am I about to do? What
Yeah,
is this?
and
Mm-hmm.
at times I had to learn, like, no, just take it. Understand what that is. Understand who you are. Regardless of nobody else
Mm-hmm.
understands, you have to understand who you are. That's why knowing about your intentions, making sure you're aligning your actions with your intentions. Even when I sit down, sometimes I'm like, what is it for? I ask myself these questions. Is this true? And I have to, because I've been on this
Right.
for 51 years. I can't just have healed in 5 or 6 years. You know what I'm saying? Those old
Yes.
versions come in. That's
Yeah.
triggered by people in your life that is not going
Yes.
no changes, ain't trying to change, ain't trying to look at their shit. But they gonna
Mm-hmm.
continue to come and challenge you. They gonna
I'm so
continue
glad you.
that.
I'm so glad you said that because I don't expect people to because they know healing. I don't because you know healing doesn't mean I expect you to change. But what I do expect is for you to know what you aren't doing.
Mm-hmm. Or
Sometimes
respect my
it's just like,
change.
and I think and I hate to say it like this. I'm so glad you said that because people don't like to respect people's change.
No.
And I don't mean to bring this topic back up, but when we saw that video, everybody was like, "Oh, disingenuous. Oh, this is how could he? Y'all know what I'm talking about." And
Mm-hmm.
and so it's like, well, why can't we respect that they changed? What is it about us? I'm curious.
Yeah.
What were we expecting? What were we expecting from him? Because I wasn't expecting anything from him. So I just want to know, what were we expecting?
Hope. But you know what? So let me say this. Because as I was saying that, I said, you know what? The problem is that, oh my God, he had already spoke before the video came out. So he was already told you know what I'm saying? So there
Yeah.
was nothing else that you can say, but there was people that was looking for hope because, to be very honest, they seen him in one way. They seen him as this big star, that changed the culture, that ride, you know what I'm saying, that moved everything. And when you have those heroes like that, because a lot of us have those, like on the real, Bill
Yeah.
Cosby. Who would have
Yeah.
ever thunk that this will be
I
happening?
still love Dr. Huxtable. Bill Cosby, I'm a little upset, but I still love Dr. Huxtable.
But you understand, R. Kelly.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? So when you
Yes.
think about these certain things, and why I'm speaking on them, because we're talking about Black people, we're talking about our culture, we're talking about our community
Yeah.
of people. When we see people in that light that is so bright, and we feel this bright, we want to try to hold on that as much as possible.
Right.
But
You
also,
can't hold the light.
yes, but also what we have to recognize is that there was a lot of darkness before there was light, and there was no healing in those moments at
Yes.
all. So what happened in our homes,
Yes.
in our community, is the same thing that's gonna happen out in that world. So if ain't nobody getting no
Yes.
healing, ain't nobody thinking about how to tap into their self-love, or
Where's
getting
me
no
for the
help,
next one?
or know how. All we did was just take this that was in that house, that house, that house, and put it on a whole nother level, right on a big stage that everybody can watch and see. And it was
Yeah.
just covered up with some nice little glitter, nice
Yeah.
little money and sunshine, and it was gone. But these people that's hurting, they were hurting. R. Kelly told
Yes.
you he was being
They've
molested.
been hurting.
Yeah, all of that stuff. And then when you see the same people that's taking up for them, that's because these the same people in families that do that, that take up.
Yes.
You hear people, why she ain't say nothing?
We're
You cannot
conditioned.
tell me that you have not been in, I ain't gonna say relationship, but not seen in a relationship with domestic abuse. I know I did. I saw
Right.
my auntie get shot by her husband. You know what I'm saying? And she did not leave him.
Right.
Well, where was her friends? Where was her family man? Where was her brothers? What
Not everybody wants to be a professional. Not everybody wants to be a professional after the moment this happens. Like you think just I'm sorry to interrupt you, but like the amount of women that DM me that are in marriages and they're in their churches and they DM me saying, my husband is hurting me. Can you help me? I have to delete this message. And they go away. I get DM'd all the time about this. So much to the point I actually just started a DV anonymous group for women in churches. I call them women refugees, marriage refugees, because they have to find a place. They cannot go back home because once they leave, going back home might be the end of their life. They can't go to their church because the church wants them to stay quiet. They want, and then when they act out, and then when they go, why did they act like this? Why did they do this? Why did they? No one took the time to address, and then they have all the answers. Why didn't you just call this? Well, why didn't you? You don't know until you are there.
You know, and this the thing that people don't understand is that, and just recently, police started making to where marriages and relationship was even a domestic violence. They wasn't even thinking about. They wasn't calling that. They were like, "No, that's your husband. That's something you got to deal with it in your home." And when I say I've seen this from my aunties in their relationship with their husband, I've seen it for myself. Like I said, man, it's been many times my mother was like, "No, we over here. Let's come over here." Like, I don't want you to see any of those things. But this is what was around. You call the police be sitting there, be like, "Ma'am, just go in the house. Let him, soak that off or whatever, and it's gonna be okay." And that's how it was. Do you remember the movie? I don't know if you're old enough to remember the movie The Burning Bed. Remember that movie?
Yeah, of course.
Remember that movie, The Burning Bed? That is, that's a whole nother thing.
But think about how much we see, feel, know, and don't do. And then we bring it up, oh, we need mental health services. Oh, we need more therapists. We don't need more therapists. We need accountable adults. We don't need any more therapists. Well, we need more Black therapists. I'm sorry, but the therapists can't do anything either. Unless you're a child, I really like. That's the only reason. Maybe.
No,
but then I'm putting you in the foster care, and then you're in a whole other situation, and you're displaced. So like, let's be real here. Like, let's have a real conversation about this. We want to talk about intentions. We're really not making intentions. We're masking accountability by saying mental health right now. We're not talking about mental health anymore. Let's talk about the real work. We're not talking about this. And the accountability, the lack of accountability, and you're mad about, oh, Diddy did this and R. Kelly. I'm like, you realize how many adults were before R. Kelly became R. Kelly did not step up in that moment. But we don't even want to talk about that because we don't want to talk about that. We want to hurt him while he's in his light. Yeah. We don't want to help him in his dark. We don't want Black communities do not want to help people in their dark. That was the church's job. That was the church's job. That was the church's job.
Oh,
and we don't want to talk about that. That was the church's job, and we failed. And then we want to blame mental health. Well, social workers, they're taking kids out the house. Well, why do social workers have to even take kids out the house? Why aren't the adults being adults and protecting these children? Why do the social workers even have to even do that? Why are you making a stigma on us when it was your family that started it in the first place? It was your uncles. It was your cousins. And then you want to be mad at the Black mothers that would literally be high-strung about sleeping over people's houses and not doing none of that. They didn't let me be a kid because they knew that adults weren't real. So like I, even as a mental health advocate, let's really talk about accountability. I can only do so much.
Yeah.
I refuse to stand by that. I can't. Yeah. Like, there's way too much dark, and even the light can blind you as much as the dark. Yeah. So I don't care how light you are, how great you're seen. I want to know that the brighter you are, the darker you probably were.
Oh, let me tell you something. When you made the statement about we don't need any more therapists, that we need accountability, that rang so loud to me. It rang so loud to me. There's a loved one that is going through something right now, and their father can't take accountability for their lack of.
Yeah. That's so hurtful.
And when you see, as you say, I said, it's like you want to just go and you just want to shake the shit out of them.
Yeah. It's like, don't you see what you've done to your?
Yes.
Like, don't you see what you've done to yourself? Aren't you tired? Aren't you tired? And that's I'm tired. Naomi, I'm tired. I'm tired. And I was sick of my own stuff. So the fact that I'm holding space for people that aren't ready to actually own themselves, but then when they're willing to do the work and then they realize what they've actually done to themselves, what they've done to other people. And then when they finally get through that part of getting through what they did to other people, they realize what they've done to themselves. And then the third step is understanding what they've actually been through to make them able to do the things that they've done to other people. Their language changes.
Yes.
Their space changes. The way they listen changes. The way they hear people changes. And they're able to have those hard conversations. Yeah. And I'm telling you, I wish the Black community would understand what they've been through.
Yeah.
And it hurts. Like, I could cry right now thinking about this. Just, you don't want to watch any more slave movies because you don't like how it feels. Well, you need to keep watching those because you haven't learned the lesson yet. That's why they keep making them, because you haven't learned yet. And I don't like slave movies. I don't. but I'll watch them until I see change, because I almost forgot what it was like growing up Black.
Yeah.
My experience was not, just my own experience was not Black enough. I need to understand the historical. I need to understand the systematic. I need to understand the racial. I need to understand the judicial. I need to understand the community. I need to understand the financial, occupational. I need to understand the spiritual. I need to understand the entertainment and music and artistic expression of Black history.
Yeah.
We have been denied it, and we've been denying ourselves so long that when I set an intention, and we talk about ancestors and intentions,
Yes.
what ancestors are you talking to if you don't even want to listen to your own history? What ancestors are you speaking to? What ancestors do you want to talk to? Not all ancestors were good.
No.
So what is our intention here?
Yeah.
And I think that's what irks me. That irks me, because I can get mad at myself for what I've done in my past. But I'll be damned if I deny it and act like I'm trying to change. I'll be damned if someone tries to take me away from that. And what I heard on that video, and what I saw in those comments, and I think about all these celebrities, there's a weight. There's a weight. And there's no intention being set. There's no intention being set. It's pomp and circumstance, right? Respectability politics. And I think we just have to get away from that. I need accountability, and I need it for myself, and I'm okay with that. And I think that it's just, and I don't mean to rant like this, but it just it irks me to see the lack of self-awareness.
But it's beautiful what you said, and I understood everything that you said, and I believe that is where my transformation started happening. 12 years ago in the closet.
Yeah.
12 years ago in the closet.
Yeah.
And so I was able to be accountable for my shit and go apologize to people, or how I treated them, or, you know what I'm saying, how I changed myself because of them, or what I thought because of them, but it was me. It had nothing to do with them, you know, and going through that. Yeah. It does. It's changed. My language has changed so much. When people say she don't play, I didn't play at all. I didn't play with nobody. But I always had a loving heart, and now you can truly see it. Before you couldn't, now you truly can see it. But not only that, is that my love for people, the world, it hurts so much when I look at comments, when I just hear people speak, especially loved ones that speak, just I'll be like, oh my God, like, can I give you some of my heart? Can I give you some of my spirit? Because a lot of times people are coming broken spirits.
Yes. And I want to be clear to your listeners that it's okay to be a broken spirit. It's okay to be hurt. It's okay to come in, and that's why you're here, right? You're here because you're looking for something to change.
Yeah.
And I think you even listening to this lets me know that your intentions are trying to manifest into something more at this very moment. And you are enough. And you've already done enough to deserve it by just being here.
Yeah.
You know, and I think sometimes we're looking for someone to give us a green light, and it's really ourselves.
Yes. 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 So while you're here, Dr. Will, you know, it's something that we're doing for these next 2 weeks. And we're towards the end of the show, but I always want to do it to where we kind of reflect on what we were talking about today. And I know I started off with a guided meditation, and I wonder if you can, you know, kind of help us to, you know, kind of bring it back a little, pause, and kind of take us through a nice little guided meditation. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna give you a moment, I'm gonna take a break, and then when we come back, if you don't mind, if you go ahead and and take us there, okay?
Yeah, of course.
All right, thank you. All right, it's your girl, Goddess Nyomi Banks, here on the Season of Self-Love podcast, and we will be right back.
Get ready for an exciting month of inspiration and empowerment on Ask Nyomi Bridging the Gap. Join us every Thursday at 6 p.m. live on AskNaomi.com or dive into the conversation on Nyomi's World YouTube channel. Mark your calendars for May 23rd as we welcome fitness instructor, nutritionist, and owner of Phoenix Tribe Fitness, Marcy Scott, who has transformed her life and is here to guide you towards healthier living and healing. And wrapping up the month on May 30th, don't miss our special guest, a neuroscientist turned adult content creator and fishing influencer, Isla Moon, bringing a unique perspective to the conversation. Tune in all month long for these incredible guests and more, only on Ask Nyomi Bridging the Gap. Let's bridge the gap together.
All right, well, welcome back, my beautiful people. It's your girl, Goddess Nyomi Banks, here on the Season of Self-Love podcast. And I'm here with Dr. Will. We just had an amazing show today. It has, we have went on some highs. We have been on some highs today. Today, we have definitely been on some highs today. And, you know, we were talking about, this is the month of Mental Health Awareness Month. And on Monday, we kind of started off with just kind of, you know, putting in two guided meditations for us in the beginning and in the end of each show, because we know a lot of the times the shows does get very high to where we want to take a pause and kind of bring us back and center ourselves again. And before the break, I asked Dr. Will if he will kind of guide us through. So I'm going to, you know, pass the torch over to Dr. Will. Dr. Will.
Yes. So, you know, just for centering, right? You asked me the question, you know, why am I here? And I think it's very simple, actually. I'm here because I believe in healing. Because I've lived a life where I didn't know I was allowed to do that. Mm-hmm. And I think many of us have not been allowed to do that. And what happens to us when we don't? We hurt ourselves, and then we end up hurting other people. And so I'm here because I believe in healing. I believe in the way that you believe in healing, Nyomi. And if we can share that vision, I'll never say no.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Mm-hmm. All right, so you just did that for centering. I thank you. I thank you for that. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and your listeners are also believing it too. And I think that's just what this is about. Is when you're amongst like minds, this is tribe.
Yeah. Yep. And when I say thank you, people, my beautiful people, I truly do thank you. Dr. Will, I do thank you. I thank you. I understand more than ever why you are in my life, my still friend.
Yes, still friends.
Like, seriously. And like I was saying while the opening intro was coming in. So let me share this with you all before we started today's show. You know, Dr. Will and I, you know, we're talking, and I was like, I feel something. I feel kind of weird. I went to light some sage, and I said, I don't know why I feel like I need to put on a seatbelt. Like, I don't know why I need to put on a seatbelt. And why I'm putting on that seatbelt is because we are getting ready to take an amazing ride.
Yes.
We are getting ready to take an amazing ride. And that seatbelt is to let me know that I'm good. That imaginary seatbelt that is of safety that came across my chest, across my heart, to let me know that it's safe. It's safe to go on this ride. It's safe to go on this ride with Dr. Will. It's safe to go on this ride right here on this platform. So I thank you all for allowing me, giving me the platform to be able to say this, to speak this and say this. I don't care if it's 10, 20, 100, 10,000, a million people here.
Mm-hmm.
I thank you for the smalls and I thank you for the large. And I thank you for that seatbelt. I thank God. I thank you for that seatbelt.
Yeah.
I do.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Truly prepared.
Yeah.
You're embracing uncertainty, as you said earlier.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. That's a part of that Woo! Yes.
Yeah. You did it.
Yes.
You did it. Uh-huh.
Yes. All right, my beautiful people. Well, that is all for today's episode. You know, it's all about the impeccable words. It's about setting intentions. I mean, we talked about this intention and we went deep. We went somewhere else with it. But guess what happened? We came right back around to intention. It was just like a full circle. It was a full circle. And anyway, I have my notes here. In majority of the stuff I didn't even say. We didn't even speak it.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I love, that we can do that.
Yes.
Just go straight from our heart of what we're going through. And like I said, the research that we do, it ain't just through the books. It ain't just online.
Mm-hmm.
The heart, and it's through our own experiences. So just like you have these experiences, you do too. The thing is that you have to embrace those experiences and understand how they are in your life and how you're going to allow them to present in your life. That's where that healing comes from. That's like we play chess. You got all the pieces. Now, how you going to play them?
Yeah.
How you going to play? Yeah, how you going to play them?
Mm.
All right, my beautiful people. So until next time, let's continue to explore the power of self-love and remember that you are always worthy. All right. I thank you. Have a good one. Thank you for listening to the Season of Self-Love podcast. And we hope that you enjoyed this fun filled with inspiration, empowerment, and self-discovery. Remember, practicing self-love is a journey and not a destination. For more information and to stay connected with us, visit our website at theseasonofselflovepodcast.com. And if you have any suggestions or questions or feedback, feel free to shoot us an email at seasonofselflove@gmail.com. And don't forget to follow us on Instagram and Facebook for daily doses of self-love tips, motivation, and community support. So join our Facebook group, The Season of Self-Love, to connect with like-minded individuals on their journey to self-discovery and self-compassion. Thank you again for being a part of our community and dedicating to nurturing self-love and embracing self-worth. So stay tuned for more exciting episodes and guests in the next season. And remember, you are worthy of love, kindness, and all the happiness in the world. So until next time, take care of yourself and spread love wherever you go. See you soon.